Chapter 13. O2. Divination, Tortoise Transformation. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. Southern Border. Wu Clan. Fang Yuan entered Southern Border. Using Wu Yihai's appearance, he went all the way back to Wu Clan's headquarters. Knowing that he was back, Wu Clan's current first supreme elder, Wu Yong, summoned him. "Brother, these are the immortal goo that I borrowed from the clan. I am returning them now." Fang Yuan returned the immortal goo in his hands. Wu Yong received them and smiled as he sat in the main seat. "Was your journey to Eastern Sea fruitful?" Every goo immortal had their own secrets, especially someone with a special status like Wu Yihai. Wu Yong could not probe excessively. His question was really just small talk. "I had great gains." Fang Yuan showed some joy on his face. It was very realistic. "That is good," Wu Yong nodded. He would not be able to imagine how great Fang Yuan's gains were. After leaving Southern Border, Fang Yuan chased after Shadow Sect's remnant forces. Even though he did not succeed in killing them, his gains were huge. Not only did Fang Yuan obtain Perseverance Immortal Goo and become the Reverse Flow River Lord, his battle strength surged and he could go unscathed against rank 8 Goo Immortals. Lu Guanyi's reputation was renowned in the entire world. Furthermore, while returning, he participated in an Eastern Sea trading convention. He obtained Divination Tortoise Shell, Immortal Goo, and rank 6-day Goo. "Thank you for the concern, brother. I wonder when can I return to the Goo formation to cultivate. Please arrange it for me," Fang Yuan said with a polite and humble tone. Wu Yong was very satisfied with Fang Yuan's performance. These last days he had control of Wu Clan. Because Fang Yuan backed down, there were few obstacles in Wu Clan. He successfully took over the clan and obtained the highest authority. Right now, Wu Yong was already different from when he first took over. He was more composed and grand. He gave off an indomitable aura. He had great authority. He was very happy about Fang Yuan's attitude. Clans were different from sects. Bloodline was very important. Wu Yihai's status in Wu Clan made him very special among Wu Clan's Goo Immortals. In terms of bloodline, he was solely inferior to Wu Yong and was above everyone else. Wu Yihai wanted to cultivate in seclusion. Wu Yong was sure to satisfy it. Thus he agreed. "Return to your residence and rest first. I will arrange this in a few days. It will be ready." "Thank you, brother. I will take my leave." Fang Yuan left after seeing that his objective was achieved. He had a home in Wu Clan. When he first joined Wu Clan, he was assigned by Wu Clan to live on this bare mountain. Wu Yong is starting to be in control of Wu Clan. Wu Yihai's identity is very sensitive. If he worked with an ambitious clan like Chao Clan to create lots of problems, Wu Yong would have a huge headache. Thus, to play safe, Wu Yong would not let Wu Yihai roam around and make contributions for the clan and increase his reputation. Other Wu Clan Goo Immortals were fine, but Wu Yihai was not. Or rather, not for now. Wu Du-shu had just died. Wu Yong was in control of Wu Clan, but it was not a stable position. Fang Yuan was very aware of Wu Clan's situation. He was not worried that he would be unable to return to the Super Goo formation. While staying on the mountain, he cultivated. But his immortal aperture could not be placed down. Not to mention opening the immortal aperture's entrance and taking in heaven and earth, chi. "My sovereign immortal aperture's foundation is too deep. Each time it absorbs heaven and earth ki, the commotion is huge, winds would surge and clouds would move. But Reverse Flow River really consumes a lot of heaven and earth ki. It seems that I will need to go to Yitian Mountain later to take in heaven and earth ki. Only by replenishing it will I sustain the sovereign immortal aperture and prevent my foundation from falling." This was a form of burden, but it was a good one. Even though Wu Yong asked him to rest, Fang Yuan did not rest. He continued to cultivate. He was fighting against time. During this period, many Goo Immortals from the clan came to visit Wu Yihai, who had a special status, but Fang Yuan rejected them all. This attitude made Wu Yong very pleased. He felt that Wu Yihai was not trying to interfere in the clan affairs. Thus, he gave Fang Yuan a lot of immortal materials under his own name. Not only was he trying to reward and appeal to him, He was also trying to gain reputation for being a caring brother. At the peak of the mountain, Fang Yuan, who was inside his huge house, had turned into a tortoise. This tortoise was as large as a house. It was black and had a thick and tough shell. There were countless markings on its shell. It was difficult to observe, but it had a certain order. It was a divination tortoise. This ancient, desolate beast was associated with wisdom path. After transforming, Fang Yuan's transformation path Dao marks turned into wisdom path. With his wisdom path Dao mark accumulation, there was a huge quantitative change. With this foundation, Fang Yuan could use wisdom path deduction methods with greater efficiency. It was at least several times or even more than 10 times out of before. Simply divination tortoise shell. Immortal goo in terms of the goo worm itself, it could not compare to attitude goo or wisdom sword. Immortal goo, even flying sword, sword escape, and dragon breath were better than it. But regarding Fang Yuan, it was extremely useful. Suddenly a brilliant light shined in the divination tortoise's eyes. After 10 or so days of hard work, I finally succeeded in deducing the killer move, divination tortoise transformation. At Fang Yuan's will, he turned back to human. Next, he tried to use the newly completed divination tortoise transformation killer move. Once, twice, thrice. After more than 10 times, he finally finished making his adjustments. A new divination tortoise transformation. He added in a lot of transformation path mortal goo, like tortoise head goo, tortoise tail goo, tortoise leg goo, and others. There were also some wisdom path goo worms to increase the divination tortoise's ability to block deductions. Until Fang Yuan reached his limits, there were also many defensive goo worms. Of course, there were only 2 cores. One was rank 7 divination tortoise shell, immortal goo. The other was change form immortal goo. The brand new divination tortoise was larger than before. It was lifelike, like an actual ancient, desolate beast divination tortoise. Especially the tortoise shell, countless Dao marks were weaved together in a crisscrossing fashion. There were an enormous number of them. Very good. I have reached my current limit. Fang Yuan experimented and felt very pleased. This was all thanks to his wisdom path and transformation path grandmaster attainment levels. Deducing these killer moves was as simple as drinking water. Similar to the ancient sword dragon transformation, which combined transformation path and sword path. This divination tortoise transformation was the combination of transformation path and wisdom path. And now Fang Yuan had a new fighting method. It was not an incomplete version like before. This could be fully used in battle. And most crucially, the killer move's ancient sword dragon transformation, reverse flow protection seal, and myriad self could not be used in battle. But this divination tortoise transformation covered the flaw. It solved Fang Yuan's current problem. Fang Yuan stopped the transformation and rested to regain his mental energy. He closed his eyes and his mind entered sovereign immortal aperture. Landscape as before. The rank 6 immortal goo was used, targeting reverse flow river in the immortal aperture. Red date immortal essence was expended rapidly, while reverse flow river started to produce river water under the power of landscape as before. Wulinan, the efficiency is too low. Fang Yuan sighed. This was not his first experiment. He was quite disappointed. Landscape as before immortal goo, even though it was effective on reverse flow river, the effect was mild. This formed a clear contrast to Luopo Valley and Donghun Mountain. Why is it that using landscape as before on Donghun Mountain and Luopo Valley had such incredible effects, but on reverse flow river, it barely works? Fang Yuan was puzzled. Was reverse flow river more special than the other 2 secluded domains of heaven and earth? What other reasons were there? If he could repair reverse flow river immediately, that would be great. He would have an unceasing supply of reverse flow river's water. But reality was less than perfect for Fang Yuan. Wait, Donghun Mountain and Luopo Valley were once in the possession of Spectral Soul Demon Venerable. And Spectral Soul Demon Venerable was the creator of sovereign immortal fetus goo. Maybe these 2 secluded domains of heaven and earth were modified by Shadow Sect, just like how Heilu Lan and the others could use immortal goo of other paths without being restricted by Dao marks. Fang Yuan had a flash of inspiration. His guess was right. Not only did Shadow Sect have a method to allow Gu immortals to cultivate other paths without facing conflicting Dao marks, they could also modify secluded domains of heaven and earth to allow immortal Gu of certain paths to be very effective on the secluded domains of heaven and earth and not face conflicts from Dao marks. And Time Path immortal Gu were fully effective on Donghun Mountain and Luopo Valley. They would not be resisted by the vast number of soul path Dao marks in them. This was because landscape as before and man as before belonged to Shadow Sect. They were passed to Tai Bai Yunsheng through Purple Mountain True Monarch. As for Reverse Flow River, Shadow Sect did not have it. They had no interest in this river either. Thus, Reverse Flow River was not modified when Fang Yuan used landscape as before on Reverse Flow River. It was weakened by its vast number of Dao marks and had little effect. And this was already because Fang Yuan was the Reverse Flow River Lord. Otherwise, landscape as before's effect would be reflected upon him. Reverse Flow River lost a lot of water. The rank 8 existences depleted a good amount. But thankfully it is recovering, even though the speed is very slow. Can I use Reverse Flow Protection Seal to resist immemorial year beasts? Fang Yuan shook his head. Using Reverse Flow River, he could at most defend himself. If an immemorial year beast tried to destroy the immortal aperture, he could do nothing against it. He thought about this because Fang Yuan was concerned about the sealed rank 8 immortal Gu, years flow like water. Even though his battle strength surged greatly, Fang Yuan was still unable to unseal years flow like water currently. Like this, Fang Yuan cultivated silently, waiting for Wu Yong's arrangement for returning to the giant dream realm. But a few days later, a minor mishap occurred.